Hi, this is Razi's Guitar Lessons, and I'm Razi. Today we're going to talk about bar chords. So bar chords are going to be kind of difficult for beginners because you have to cover all the strings on your guitar properly to play them, and the shapes themselves might be difficult for beginners to get used to at first, but it comes with practice. So um, the bar chords correspond with the notes on your fretboard. So for example, say an F sharp chord, an F sharp major chord, that would be here because that's an F sharp note. So that's the root note, and that's how you play an F sharp major chord, and that's how you know which chord's which. So this would be an F major chord, F sharp major, and so on. This is how you play major chords with roots on your top string. So let's say we're going to play an F major chord, just to make things easy. So this is how you play an F major chord with your index finger on the first fret of your E string, low E string. Your index finger on the third fret of the A string, your pinky finger on the third fret of the D string, your middle finger on the second fret of the G string, and you'd cover the first frets of the high E and the B string with your index finger. So you cover the first frets of the low E, the high E, and the B string with your index finger, and that's how you play an F major chord. So the shape for major bar chords is the same all over the fretboard. So let's say we're going to play a G major chord, a G major bar chord. So this is how you play it: index, ring, pinky, middle, and index, index. So that's how you play a G major bar chord. Now let's talk about minor chords, minor bar chords on with the roots on your top string. So this is how you play them. You just play them without your index, your middle finger. So for example, an F minor chord would just be index finger on the first fret of your top string, ring finger on the third fret of your A string, pinky finger on the third fret of your D string, and you just cover the first frets of the low E, the G, the B, and the high E strings with your index finger. And that's how you'd play an F minor bar chord. So the shape is same all over the fretboard. Now let's talk about bar chords that have roots on the A string. These would be a bit different than the bar chords that have roots on the sixth string, which is the top string. So remember, like when you count your strings, you start from the bottom and then go up. So the high E string would be your first string, the B string would be your second, the G string would be your third, the D string would be your fourth string, the A string would be your fifth string, and the low E string would be your sixth string. So let's talk about bar chords with roots on the A string. So let's say we're going to play a B major chord, a B major bar chord with roots on the A string. So this is how you'd play it. You'd play it with your index finger on the second fret of the A string, your ring finger on the fourth fret of the D string, and you'd cover the fourth frets of the D string, the G string, and the B string with your index finger like this, and you'd cover the second frets of the A string and the high E string with your index finger. And this is how you play a B major bar chord with root on the A string. If you find it difficult to use your ring finger like that, you could use all your other three fingers like this. So you put your index finger on the second fret of the A string, your middle finger on the fourth fret of the D string, your ring finger on the fourth fret of the G string, and your pinky finger on the fourth fret of the B string, and you'd play it like so. Whichever you find easier, you should play it like that. So either like this or this, and that's the same shape for all the other chords with all the other major bar chords who have roots on the A string. So now let's talk about minor bar chords which have roots on the A string. So let's say, so we talked about the B major chord. Now let's talk about the B minor chord. So you'd play it like this. So you'd put your index finger on the second fret of the A string, your index finger on the your ring finger on the fourth fret of the D string, your pinky finger on the fourth fret of the G string, and your middle finger on the fifth fret of your B string, and you cover the high E string with your index finger while holding the second fret of the A string. So it's the second fret on the A string, the fourth fret on the D and G string, the fifth fret on the B string, and that's how you play a B minor chord. And that's the same shape for all minor bar chords with roots on the A string. And that's it for today. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.